the cost of commodities will fall. Not right away, but eventually. Because the world would slow down even more. And so they don't go together. Should an investor have a preference between open pit, or what I call heap leach mines, or high grade? And the answer to that is you don't know, because it depends upon a whole bunch of factors. Just to give you a quick example, how big are the veins and what is the ore grade underground? Now, without knowing that, you can't know what the cost of production is. Heap leaching, it's the same. Is it .03 or is it 30 grams? You don't know unless you have all the facts. And so some mines underground will do as well as open pit heap leach mines, and some won't. So it's a hard question to answer. Historically, heap leach mines have been cheaper to operate, but if they don't have the grade, will they keep producing? You just don't know. That's about it. He's a subscriber, and I thank you very much, Bill. And the second one is from Joe. Joe said lots of questions. And he asked, okay, the last few months you have discussed dollar devaluation and currency collapse. Can you explain what the outcome will be if the dollar is not devalued? And that's pretty simple. The marketplace will do it in two ways. The dollar will continue to fall against gold, no matter what manipulation is going on. And that's a fact. I mean, they can't keep it up forever. And the dollar will continue to devalue against other currencies. I mean, you've just seen it go up against the euro. And quite frankly, Europe is far sounder, although some of its members are on the verge of bankruptcy, like 5 of them. But there are 4 of them that are not, larger countries. And so the United States is in serious trouble, just like England is. And they are going bankrupt. Whether they officially devalue or not, nobody knows. But the market's going to do it for them, whether they like it or not. What happens if the U.S. dollar holds on under the premise it will become the dominant world currency? Never happened. Never happened. Not after what they've done to the dollar. The people who control things from behind the scenes with their greed. Does the dollar have the ability to be the last man standing? Yes, it does. But really the last man standing is going to be gold. Will it survive just being the best of the worst? Could be. Could be. But I don't think so. Questions, my dear?
Yes, I do. I wasn't sure you were quite finished, so I just wanted to make sure.
Oh, you're so polite.
Yes. This came in yesterday. We have some that are still coming in. You talked many times, and again, this is referencing the devaluation. 1 new dollar for 3 old or thereabouts. If everything is devalued, debt, credit, paper values, and so on, then there is no gain for any group involved. If everything is devalued the same, then nothing changes. So he can only assume that the change will not apply to everything, or they will figure out some way to screw the masses when they do it. You mentioned once that they could make the time to turn in your old dollars very short, so that a lot of foreigners couldn't get it done, or that people with large amounts of illegal cash couldn't get it done. Could you go over the possible ways you see the government doing this so as to take advantage of non-elites?
The only way you can take advantage The only way is by owning gold and silver. It's the only thing that's going to hold up. I mean, look at real estate right now. Real estate has already gone down an average of 32% countrywide. Okay? I think everybody will agree with that. And there's some places in the nation where real estate have gone down 60-70%, and it's still going down. So you don't want to be there. Richard Russell and Joe Granville talking about 1,000 and on the Dow or somewhere down there, like I have. They agree with me. You don't want to be there, except perhaps for gold and silver shares. Interest rates have got to go up because of the demand for money, not only by the United States to fund their deficit, but 19 other countries that we know are bankrupt. So that's not going to be very good, because when interest rates go up, bonds go down. We can go in commodities. They've done okay, good. They're about 45-50% off their highs. They could run back up to their highs. But other than that, it's gold and silver. You just can't go anyplace else. I mean, if you look at the 1930s, everything went down 65 to 95%. And this situation today is 10 times worse. It's not very good. So, you're limited. Did I answer that question fully?
I think so.
I mean, if anybody knows someplace else to put your money, please let me know, because I want to know about it. Because I'm the guy that's buying coins every week. And if I'm missing something, I want to know. And I have a hard time doing it, too. They're not easy to get in the third world. I get dealers over 5 countries looking for coins for me. That's how hard it is. Most people don't realize that. Why? And these countries they have wide open exchange between each country of coins. And the reason why is that everybody's hoarding them, which you should be doing. Go ahead.
Here's another question about the future dollar devaluation. If he understands you, Bob, he feels that the nations will get together and do a coordinated devaluation, thus reducing national debts in relation to one another. His question regards China's participation in such a devaluation. As China is our number one debt holder, why would they participate in such a devaluation? What would China's role or reaction be to a dollar devaluation?
Dreadful. Horrible. But they knew going in what the U.S. was doing. They wanted to get into the markets. That was the price they paid. They're not going to tell you that, but they knew that. They're not stupid. And so, where are the Chinese in all this? Maybe they won't devalue. Maybe they keep the currency the way it is. But that means that their products would be very expensive going into other countries. So I think maybe they wouldn't devalue 1 for 3. Maybe it would be 1 for 2. But they're not going to get out of this unscathed. They're going to take a terrible hit on the dollar-denominated assets which they have, which are treasuries and agencies, mostly treasuries. And they know it. There's no way around it. And for them to come out and say, well, we're not buying any more gold, they're full of crap. They lie like everybody else does. They're a bunch of communists. It's a dictatorial government. And the Comintern and all of the followers and party members, they live in luxury. And everybody else doesn't. You don't become a millionaire or a billionaire in China unless you're connected.
This question's in from John. You often talk about how derivatives are used to knock down the gold price. Can you elaborate on this in layman's terms? He has difficulty understanding how the process works.
Well, J.P. Morgan Chase or Goldman Sachs sells a future contract in gold or silver to Citigroup. And in doing that, they are essentially shorting the market. Citigroup, in this case,